The Ides of March are come. Aye, Caesar, but not gone. Hail, Caesar, read the schedule. Trebonius doth desire you to o'erread. At your best leisure, this is his humble suit. O Caesar, read mine first, for mine's a suit that touches Caesar nearer. Read it, great Caesar. What touches us ourselves shall be last served. Delay not, Caesar, read it instantly. What is this? Is the fellow mad? Sirrah, give place. What? Urge you your petitions in the street? Come to the capital. I wish your enterprise today may thrive. What enterprise, Popilius? Fare you well. What said Popilius Lena? I wish today our enterprise might thrive. I fear our purpose is discovered. What can we make to Caesar mark him? Casca, be sudden, for we fear prevention. Brutus, what shall be done if this be known? Cassius, for Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay myself. Cassius, be constant. Popilius, Lena speaks not of our purposes. For look, he smiles, and Caesar doth not change. Trebonius knows his time, for look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out of the way. Where is Metellus Cimber? Let him go, and presently prefer his suit to Caesar. He is addressed. Press near and second him. Casca, you are the first that rears your hand. Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his senate must redress? Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metellus Cimber throws before thy seat an humble heart. I must prevent thee, Cimber. These couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men, and turn preordinance and first decree into the law of children. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that will be thawed from the true quality with that which melteth fools. It means sweet words, low crooked curtsies, and base spaniel fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied. Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother? I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Cimber may have an immediate freedom of repeal. What, Brutus? Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber, I could be well moved, if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there's but one in all doth hold his place. So in the world 'tis furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood, and apprehensive, yet in the number I do know but one, that unassailable holds on his rank, unshaked of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it even in this, that I was constant Cimber should be banished, and constant to do remain to keep him so. O Caesar, hence wilt thou lift up Olympus? Great Caesar, doth not Brutus bootless kneel? Speak, hands, for me. Et tu, Brute. Then for Caesar. Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run hence, proclaim, cry it about the streets. Some to the common pulpits and cry out liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement. People and senators, be not afraid. Fly not, stand still, ambition's debt is paid. Go to the pulpit, Brutus, and Cassius too. Where's Publius? Here, quite confounded with his mutiny, stand fast together, lest some friend of Caesar's should chance. Talk not of standing. Publius, good cheer. There is no harm intended to your person, nor to no Roman else. So tell them, Publius. And leave us, Publius, lest that the people, rushing on us, should do your age some mischief. Do so. And let no man abide this deed, but we the doers. Where's Anthony? Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out and run as it were doomsday. Fates, we will know your pleasures, that we shall die, we know. 'Tis but the time, in drawing days out, that men stand upon. Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fearing death. Grant that, and then is death a benefit? So we Caesar's friends, that have abridged his time of fearing death, stoop, Romans, stoop. Let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood up to the elbows, and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty. Stoop then and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over in states unborn and accents yet unknown? How many times shall Caesar plead in sport, that now on Pompey's basis lies along, nor worthier than the dust? So oft as that shall be, so often shall the not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty. What, shall we forth? Aye, every man away, Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome. Soft, who comes here? A friend of Antony's. Thus, Brutus, did my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down, and being prostrate, thus he bade me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say I love Brutus, and I honor him. Say I feared Caesar, honored him, and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him and be resolved, how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death, Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead so well as Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus. Thorough the hazards of this untrod state, with all true faith. So says my master Antony. Thy master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him, so please him come unto this place. He shall be satisfied, and by my honour depart untouched. I'll fetch him presently. I know that we shall have him well to friend. I wish we may, but yet have I a mind that fears much, and my misgiving still falls shrewdly to the purpose. But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony. O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your sword made rich. With the most noble blood of all this world, I do beseech you, if you bear me hard now, whilst your purpled hands do reek in smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so, no mean of death, as here by Caesar, and by you cut off, the choice and master spirits of this age. O Antony, make not your death of us. Though now we must appear bloody and cruel as by our hands in this our present act, you see we do. Yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business that have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome as fire drives out fire. So pity, pity, hath done this deed on Caesar for your part. To you our swords have led in points, Mark Antony. Our arms in strengthen of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper do receive you, and with all kind love, good thoughts and reverence. Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities. Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude beside themselves with fear, and then we will deliver you to the cause. Why, I that did love Caesar, when I struck him, have thus proceeded. I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus, will I shake with you. Next, Caius Cassius, do I take your hand. Now, Decius Brutus, yours. Now, yours, Metellus, yours, Cinna, and my valiant Casca, yours. Though last not least in love, yours, good Trebonius, gentlemen all. Alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on your such slippery ground, that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar, oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee dearer than by thy death, to see thy Antony making his peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes? Most noble, in the presence of thy corse, had I as many eyes, thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bade, brave heart, here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, signed in thy spoil and crimsoned in thy leth. O world, thou wast the forest to thy heart. And this indeed, O world, the heart of thee, how like a deer stricken by many princes dost thou here lie. Mark Antony, pardon me, Caius Cassius, the enemies of Caesar shall say this, then in a friend it is called modesty. I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact may mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on, and not depend on you? Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends, I am with you all, and love you all upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous. Or else were this a savage spectacle? Our reasons are so full of good regard, that were you Antony, the son of Caesar, you shall be satisfied. That's all I seek, and am moreover suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral. You shall, Mark Antony. Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speaks in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter. By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death, what Antony shall speak. I will protest he speaks by leave and by permission, and that we are contented Caesar shall have all true rights and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than do us wrong. I know not what my fall, I like it not. Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission, else shall you not have any hard hand at all about his funeral, and you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended. Be it so. I do desire no more. Prepare the body then and speak. Follow us. Oh, pardon me. Thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hands that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with hands of war, all pity choked at the custom of fell deeds, and Caesar's spirit ranging for revenge, with hate by his side come hot from hell, shall in some these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and lets the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth, with carrion men groaning for burial. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not? I do, Mark Antony. Caesar did write for him to come to Rome. He did receive his letters and his coming, and bid me say to you by word of mouth, O Caesar, thy heart is big, get thee apart and weep. Passion I see is catching for mine eye, seeing those beads of sorrow stand in thine, beg it began to water, is thy master coming? He lies tonight within 7 leagues of Rome. Post back with speed, and tell him what hath chanced. Here is a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome, no Rome of safety for Octavius yet. Hie hence, and tell him so, yet stay a while. Thou shalt not back till I have borne this course into the marketplace. There shall I try in my oration how the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men, according to the which thou shalt discourse to young Octavius of the state of things. Lend me your hand.